right, fight fans, UFC 326 is coming in hot. And if you're watching without a little bit of skin in the game, what are we even doing here? DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC, is bringing you a little bit closer to the action. Max Holloway is running it back against Charles Oliveira in a highly anticipated rematch. New customers, turn $5 into $200 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays. This gives you a shot at an even bigger payout. Do you love the thrill of live betting? Because DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on star player props and in-action fights right as they happen. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports and have a shot at cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code SONNEN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Dricus went on Ariel and he this interview up. I got to tell you, first off, I'm a Dricus fan and I'm happy to see Dricus. Just to clear that up. When he comes out, okay, this is the former champion of the world. This was the face of the division, and we've only got to go back to this time last year, which wasn't that long ago. This is the guy. He comes on Ariel's show. What's next for you? I don't know. Could be May, could be June, could be July. I'm going to find out on Monday whether or not I can start training camp. Okay, let me tell you right now, Dricus, feel free to start training camp. Just so you know, if you're the world champion or you want to be the world champion, and your largest message is, give me Chimaev again because I'm working so hard on stopping the things that he did to me. I can't then hear that you're going to start training camp. I have to be under the assumption that you were locked in the gym and you were laser focused on this. Point number one. Point number two, he uses the word obviously a lot. There is nothing obvious and it's condescending. It's the same thing. The worst thing you can do when you're being interviewed is to say, that's a good question. Now, thank you very much. I asked the question. I think all my questions are good questions. Nobody actually, God, that's a good question. Nobody means that. It's how you buy a beat to make yourself think. Obviously is right number two underneath what you don't say ever. That's a good question, okay? That's how it goes. That's a good question, followed by obviously. Cut them from your vocabulary. Third, he mentions at some point, whoever he's going to fight, and this is a quote, has got to make sense. I don't have the foggiest idea what that means. And he says, and it's very hard in the middleweight division right now. We don't have really anybody. We don't really have anybody on a win streak. We don't really have anybody that makes sense. 3 lines later, he states, and again, I quote, I will fight anybody. So now I'm left as a Dricus I'm a Dricus supporter. I'm going to watch this interview. I'm going to take the message that Dricus gives, and I'm going to come and blast it out to the largest audience on YouTube. You. But I can't. I don't have a message. He's not going to take any fight. The fight has to make sense. He will fight anybody, obviously. That's a good question. All right, great. Somewhere later in this, he mentions that Kamaru Usman was offered the shot at Chimaev. This was very bumbled. I mean, when he said this, I broke this off and I rewound it, and I even sent it to my producer and go, hey, are you hearing what I'm hearing? Did Dricus Du Plessis just claim that Kamaru Usman was offered a fight against Chimaev? My producer goes, man, I think, but this interview's all over the place. He said, I'm not sure this guy wasn't drinking before he did it. Now, I'm only sharing this with you. I don't have a lot to work with here, okay? Let me make this real clear. And the best time, and you seldomly are good enough and successful enough to use the truth. Seldomly. You generally must embellish, trash talk, and do other things for a form of entertainment. But I believe that Sean Strickland is going to nudge out Imavov. I believe that Sean Strickland is going to fight Chimaev. So if I'm in Dricus' position, I'm going to come out and I'm going to call that out. I'm going to say that I am clearly the guy to fight Chimaev. There is no question I'm the guy to fight Chimaev. As a matter of fact, they're going to offer the fight to a guy that I beat twice. That's a powerful argument. If you're arguing that you should be the guy, but the guy that's about to be the guy is a guy that you beat not once but twice, that's very powerful. As a matter of fact, it's the exact same argument that I'm using to get Strickland the fight over Imavov. I am literally asking that Strickland be given the opportunity based on the fact that I know it's down to he and Imavov, and they met in head-to-head competition, and Strickland beat him. So Dricus now has that same argument times 2, but he didn't make it. and allegedly is not in training camp. Now, he states that he believed, obviously, going into the 5th round, that he was going to beat Chimaev. I don't know what's obvious about that. He was getting absolutely dominated, and the audience was starting to head for the parking lot. I was in the building. I don't say that with exaggeration. People were getting up during the main event, and they were beating the crowd to the cars so they didn't have to wait in line. They were leaving the arena. I have personally never witnessed that. I have personally not missed a UFC pay-per-view live in attendance in 7 years. I have never seen the audience get up and leave during a main event. So he states that, obviously, great question, he thought that he was going to win going into the 5th round. Now, I think what he meant is I had hope alive. I hadn't given up on myself. I think that that's what he meant. He went further to say that Chimaev was actually quitting. He could feel Chimaev quitting and not wanting to be there. That's powerful. I'm actually into that message. Is that true? Did you really feel as though you were beginning to break Chimaev? I mean, is this part of your game plan? If you go in next time, you'll up the intensity because you know that you can check that guy out mentally. You're going to have my attention there to a degree. But I largely left remembering the fight that I would have preferred to have forgotten, remembering the details that the audience is getting up and leaving, and thinking, you know what? You know what might be a better idea? Don't ever fight this guy again. He wants to leave the division. He's already giving hints. He's calling out Pierre. That division's now wide open. He wants to leave. He's not booking a fight for reasons that have yet to be disclosed to us. Maybe you should just starve him out. Sometimes that's the best way to win a race. Just let everybody else quit. But when I left this interview, ultimately, I don't know where Dricus wants to go. He wants to get on a path back to the title. That sounds right, and that sounds very fair. The rankings support that. The fact that he was the face of the weight class, the fact that he was the champion of the world, the fact that the guy that took the belt from him is now going to fight a guy that he beat not once but twice. Like, these are powerful things for Dricus, but he wants to fight only guys that make sense, and he's willing to fight anybody at all, and I leave completely confused. Who the do you want to fight?